Welcome to Math, 8th graders. So today we're going to use the sheet that you see here, 523 resource sheet, A2 at the top. We're going to use this as like a little quiz check-in. So we're going to grade this 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 type thing like normal because we had some practice yesterday and we want to see where you're at. All right, so here's the problem we're going to be using. Well, first of all, you're going to notice it looks, if you were here last class, it looks very similar except it's a different problem. So, but we'll get into that. So 544 is about tree growth. It says, imagine that your school planted 2 trees when it was first opened. One tree, a ficus, was 6 feet tall when it was planted, and it has grown at a rate of 1.5 feet per year. So notice they give you the starting point, and they give you the growth. That should be able to help you make the rule. Right here, okay? The other tree, an oak, was grown from an acorn. That means like a seed. No height at all, to give you a hint. It has grown 2 feet per year. When will the trees be the same height, and how tall will the trees be when they are the same height? Okay? So you need to, first of all, write an algebraic rule for both of the trees, the ficus and the oak. Remember, growth and starting points are important. One of these blanks is the growth, one's the starting point. I can't tell you which because that's like a quiz, so we want to see if you know how to do that. Once you have the equations, the first thing says solve this system graphically. To find the point of intersection, use Desmos and insert a screenshot. So remember, you're going to try to find where the lines cross each other. We call that the point of intersection. And that is the solution to the system of equations. So just by graph, if you get these correct, just by graphing it right here using Desmos, that would get you a 2. You're showing at least one way that you could solve a system of equations using Desmos and using graphing. To get a 3, you have to show 2 different ways how to solve this. And to get a 4, you have to use all 3 ways that show you know how to solve this system of equations. All right, and you can do it in whatever order. Algebraically comes next, but you don't have to do algebraically next. Like if you're, that's typically the toughest one. So if you struggle with that one, maybe save it for last. Or maybe like, I don't quite know how to do that yet, but I'm going to try to go for a 3. I'm going to do the graph, and I'm going to do the table. Get a 3. And so I know algebraically is probably the hardest one, but let's try it if we think we can. And we're not going to penalize if you try algebra and you get it wrong and you got everything else right, you still get a 3. So there's no penalty in trying it. Okay. So confirm algebraically. Remember, every time you solve it, you should be getting the same answer because you're just using a different method to solve it. You're not changing the answer you arrive at. Okay? You could also solve this using a table. We have set up down below a ficus tree table and an oak tree table. Remember, you're looking for the point that they have in common. You may want to bold that so we can see it stand out. And then the final thing is just a statement of your answer. Trees, should be trees. The trees will be the same height after how many years? Fill in the blank right here. Both trees will have a height of blank feet. Okay, so there is a certain number of years where these 2 trees will be exactly the same height. You need to determine, using 3 methods, if you can, how many years that will be and how tall both trees will be. So again, good luck on this. Final reminder on grading. 1 method solved correctly is a 2. 2 methods solved correctly is a 3. And using all 3 methods and solved correctly is a 4. Please ask your teachers if you need anything, and good luck on this assignment.